Chapter 1ch1, Cave of Wonders. Izuku protected the girl. He used several black whips to cover themselves in a protective cocoon made of green and pitch black whips. Breathing heavy. Phew, that almost took us out. What even happened just now? Using the whips he took the rocks away and putting them on the side while he carried the girl bridal style. Why is she naked? What happened to her? He rested the unconscious girl on his sleeping bag. This will do for now. Taking off his own jacket and putting it on her, looking away while doing it. There, she should be ourig dash. The moment he puts his hand on her neck to check her body heat, he realized it. She's burning up. I need my towel and something cold. Right then and there he got an idea. He stood up and backed outside, with towel on hand. Izuku having the idea of soaking the towel with cold rain water. After that he went back inside and opened the jacket, revealing her naked figure again. He's trying his best not to look while soaking her body in cold rain water through the towel. He does this for 5 minutes until he's sure that somehow her heat has gone down. Thank God she's alright. I swear she's too hot back there, he said while having his mini solar charged fan focused on her. She'll need the comfort more than me. Just sleep tight, maybe tomorrow your heat will go away. He summed it up to her having a cold, so he stayed there sacrificing his own comfort just for her to be okay. Izuku's a hero after all. His priority is the people that need saving first. I'll stay here beside you, Izuku said while looking at the cave ceiling, a bunch of sharp rocks at the top, as he glanced at the sleeping visage of the woman. I still don't know what happened to you, but maybe tomorrow I'll have answers to my questions. He said before he too was welcomed by the warming embrace of sleep. Time skipped. Morning, island near the coast of Japan. Izuku woke up to someone shaking him, and opening his eyes he saw the girl alive and well. Then he glanced at where her hand was. She currently has him in a tight spot. She has Izuku's butterfly knife on Izuku's own neck. Who are you? Where is this place? She shouts, while Izuku calmed himself. He knows if he panicked he'd see God the next moment. He puts both his hands up as if surrendering. I'm Izuku Midoriya, and this is Japan. What happened to you? Why are you confused? And please put that knife away, he said while seeing that confused face she has. Then she asked the most confusing question ever for Izuku. What's Japan? She asked as Izuku's eyes widened in shock. Are you a lost foreigner or something? He questioned. What's a foreigner? Okay, that's it. It raised so many flags in Izuku's mind. He knows this lady right here isn't just F with him. Her confusion sounds so authentic. Oh, in the name of Thor. Where am I? The blade inches closer to Izuku's neck more. Wait, I have no idea, just the fact that we're in Japan and that's all. I don't know why you're confused by some words. He profusely shakes his hands. He's not used to this kind of stuff. Growl, growl. Izuku's eyes trailed at her belly, then even her. She looks at her belly and Izuku chuckles. Ha 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 ha. Someone's hungry. Come on, get off me, I'll prepare food. She was hesitant on letting Izuku go, but he didn't ask her, he just stated what he wants to do. Then by using black whip he took her off by himself. What are those? It's coming out of your hands. She waves the knives around. Get away from me. What kind of witchcraft is that? Now it's Izuku's time to be confused. Witchcraft. Ha 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 ha. What are you, some ancient human girl who found herself in the future? No, this isn't witchcraft, it's my quirk. Well, quirks. She was still on guard, judging what Izuku's saying. Stop that, I don't bite. If I wanted to kill you, you would have already be dead. I saved you last night. You have a bad fever. Your body was heating up so much that you needed some cold comfort, so I let you keep my ice jacket and that sleeping bag with features of warm and cold depending which SWCH. Pressed, her mouth wide open, confused at what Izuku was saying. The what and cold what now? I'm lost, letting the knife go, while Izuku approached her. You look lost though, I guess that's one. Where do you even live? Izuku asked, while scouting her movements of if she moves again to attack him. Burke, I live in Burke, she answered. Name? He asked. Astrid Hofferson. Izuku paused while soaking all the information. I see, Astrid, I don't know what your game is, but Burke doesn't exist, and you not having ideas about what a foreigner and quirks are, is suggesting that you lost your memories. Izuku stated while looking at her. No, you're wrong. I didn't lost my memories. I can clearly remember everything from when I got into a cave, then this pillars glowed and I turned into light, something like fireflies. Izuku pondered on her words, analyzing every single detail. By like fireflies you mean particles, cause that's how you appeared to me. She nodded. She doesn't have an idea what particles are, but she still nodded. Give me a moment. By taking a sit on the cold hard ground, Izuku cupped his chin, thinking about some possibilities about her predicament. So whatever happened to you, I got an idea. You must transport it here or something, and that lost look you're giving is just too genuine to be fake. Believe I know when people are lying. I learned from the best at reading people like an open book. His gaze fixed on her rather delicate figure but eyes of a warrior who knew of nothing but battle. Just sit there, I'll prepare food, then we could discuss this over breakfast. Walking towards his cooking utensils, some of it are baking since Sato gave him this set on his 18th birthday. Oh, and keep that knife if you feel threatened. I'll preparing food for the both of us, he flatly said, while she eyed him. Astrid couldn't get her gaze off the mysterious person who saved her, and is now preparing breakfast for the two of them. After 30 minutes of waiting, Izuku took a foldable mini table and puts it near Astrid. Come on, sit, the food is ready. Astrid slowly gets closer to him, and sat on the ground exactly face to face with Izuku, the mini table between them. What is this small thing? It resembles tables in Burke. Amazing. Her hands caressed the table, somehow amazed by the design and the foldable gimmick it did. You really are not of this time, so Astrid. Hofferson, from what era are you? His eyes fixed on hers, as the two both locked eyes. An era of dragons, where a tribe of Vikings coexist with dragons in their day-to-day life, she informed while looking at the hot freshly cooked food that Izuku rested in the small table. Izuku meanwhile was reading her lips, gazing at her eyes, then her body language, trying to decipher if she's lying or not. I guess you aren't lying to me. Honestly, a time of dragons and Vikings sounds kind of fantasy if you ask me. But, the genuine reaction you have and how your body acts, something's telling me you aren't lying, you're telling the truth. He said, you can read people's mind? She asked, mind boggled at the possibility. Not exactly, I can read people through their actions, their lips, their body language, and through their eyes. I know a liar when I see one, and Astrid, you aren't one I can see at all. I can see through you. You're lost, you have no one here, and you're missing someone. His eyes landed on hers. Those eyes reveal more than just someone lost. Your eyes reminded me of myself, self-doubt, lost, no one to cling on, and longing for someone. Izuku sighed. He's already feeling the darkness inside his soul eating away pieces of him little by little. How? She grabbed him by the collar, and dragged him closer to her own face. How do you know so much about me? Are you the one who brought me here? She yelled at him, breathing heavily as the stress of being sent here, and losing everyone there in Burke takes a toll on her. If you want someone to blame, Izuku took the knife, put it on her hand and made her clench it as he brought the knife close to his own neck, using her hands. If you want to, you can blame me. I had enough of it all. I'm tired of being useless and being the good-for-nothing successor of someone great. Astrid recoils back at what he said. She saw his eyes, they're so dead that even the abyss would be jealous at their lifeless, dark and empty state. Go on, finish it, end my misery. Izuku's cracked. He couldn't keep up the mask he puts on when talking to her. He's so done. He wanted all his pain to end. He has no reason to live, no mother to home to, no mother to cook him good and hot katsudon, no girlfriend to comfort him, to make him feel love and belong. No friends, not anymore. He bottled it up inside him, but he hated how Uraraka chose Bakugo over him, his former tormentor over him, the one person who loved her ever since the very beginning of their year at UA. And no, she threw the knife away. He saw him for the person he truly is, a broken man with nothing left to live for. I won't do it. Her mind and body couldn't resist, seeing this man broke down in front of her. Her hands moved, her body leaped forward. She gave what Izuku needed all this time. Something that brings light in the abyss within his soul. They both fell to the ground. Izuku's eyes let out tears he had been holding back for so long. She hugged him, not a lover hugging her partner, but someone who saw a person so broken, so by instinct she gave him what he needed. A hug with comfort to tell him that he's still needed, that he's still important. Thank you, is all he could say, this warmth of comfort, he needed this. Chapter 2 Ch2, Warmth Night, in the unnamed island near the Japanese coast. Thanks to Astrid, Izuku somehow gained some light in his eyes to the point that he didn't need to put on his mask to hide how he feels. Again thank you, for what you did back there, I really needed that. Izuku said solemnly, while looking at Astrid who was on the bonfire grilling a piece of boar thigh. It's nothing really, you saved me, I saved you, we're even. Astrid spoke, while Izuku made his way to the bonfire sitting near her. Nothing you have no idea how much I needed that. He chuckled lightly. To her surprise she saw him curl his lips into a smile. Yeah, you really needed that She was entranced seeing that little smile. She doesn't have a single idea how that depressed man even knows what a smile is. By the way, why are you here in this cave? I never asked you that, makes me curious what your story is. As she asked his story, Izuku solemnly looks at the fire. I was a hero in training back in UA where the best of heroes are nurtured, but me, I was nothing, I couldn't even control the gift I was given. He paused, preparing for the right words. I'm useless, his face, his tone, the pain in those words while he said it. It reminded him someone she knew too well. Looking at Izuku, Astrid was reminded of young Hiccup, where he was outcast by his peers for being useless, for being the only Viking to not kill a dragon, for being a fishbone. You're not useless, in fact I knew someone who thought the same, the way he worked hard to be himself, to not ride the tide but go through the currents. She walked and sat beside him. You just need to believe in yourself, everyone has purpose, so ask yourself. Her pointer finger landed on Izuku's chest. Deep inside you, ask yourself what's your purpose, she said. Those words hit Izuku like a truck. I know my purpose, to save people, to be a light they could look up to. Hearing that, she smiled. You wanted to save people. That's great and all, but her hand rested on his chest. If you really wanted to save people, he looks up at her, locking eyes with the blonde girl who touched his very soul. Shouldn't you save yourself first? She patted his chest and stood up, leaving Izuku contemplating on Astrid's statement. Shouldn't you save yourself first? He doesn't know why, but those words resonate with him. The self-doubt, the lack of confidence, and self-wallowing he does was slowly crumbling away. All he needed was a push, a great purpose. Come on. Let's eat. A good Viking needs a filled stomach. We need the energy to hunt boars tomorrow, she urged him as Izuku walked next to her, taking a piece of meat from the huge bowl. Shouldn't you save yourself first? It still echoes inside his head. Again, with that little embers of hope and joy inside him, the disease of darkness growing inside him was calmed down. He couldn't help but let his lips curl up into a genuine smile. There we go, now you look alive, come on, eat more. She urged him, then he took the sauce from one of the pouches in his bag. This tastes bland, maybe a good seasoning and sauce should do the trick. He brought out sauce packets and opened one. What's that? Astrid asked, confused what those shiny-looking packets are. It's sauce, here. Let me. He then puts a good portion on her boar thigh. Go try it. Astrid do as told and took a bite. The flavor, the aroma, it's amazing. I didn't know little packets like that give flavor to meat. Astrid was surprised at the sudden flavor that defiled her mouth. It was mouth-watering. It goes well with meat, this is amazing honestly, she exclaimed while Izuku was looking at her. His eyes couldn't stop but admire her beauty, how happy she was to taste flavor like that. You really are from another world or time. He snickered, while he was jabbed by Astrid on the arm. Hey! They're all alone in this island, their dynamic grows and their somewhat casual friendship blossoms. Scene change. Principal office, UA grounds, Japan. All Might sat on a chair, Aizawa on the other while they were discussing with Nizu. I know All Might, I know we need to find the problem child before that 2-day mark hits, we only have a day at most right now, Aizawa stated, looking more sleep-deprived than he already was. All Might couldn't help but slam his frail fist down the table. It's all my fault. I didn't see through young Midoriya's pain, he's broken, alone, and I didn't do a DMN thing about it. How could I call myself his mentor? The symbol of peace reduced to a mentor longing for his successor's return. I promised his deceased mother that I would guide that young man into a great future, into a great hero. His hands were shaking. It's gonna be alright, we'll find him by sunrise tomorrow. If we don't, we failed as his teachers. Aizawa pats All Might's back. They both share the same burden of finding Izuku. Scene changed. Coffee shop near Ua. Aoyama Yuga was shaking. So you did it. Aoyama nodded at the masked figure, while Aoyama was shaking in fear. Why yes, I got him the letter that contained the quirk. The person smiled through his mask. Good with that quirk, Abyss Mental Code. It destroys the user, by self-loathe, lack of self-confidence. It's a double-edged sword. If he did recover, then no, that's not a possibility for us. Even me couldn't beat him if he awakened that quirk. The person spoke, while Aoyama, fearing for his life, just nodded. Abyss Mental Code. The original user became a husk of her former self. It destroys the user from the inside through their negative emotions. But this quirk is a double-edged sword. When awakened, this quirk lets the user have full control over darkness itself, as shown by the former user before she died from the unbearable power of her quirk awakening. She got to use the awakened quirk for only 5 minutes before its power turned her into a cold corpse. That's where All For One took her quirk and hid it in the depths of his mind. Provide me more information, Aoyama Yuga, or your parents' lives are, let's say, nulled. He threatened the poor shaking boy. I will, please don't hurt my mama and papa. Aoyama pleaded. The mysterious person nodded. I need some information about Izuku Midoriya's whereabouts. I still have to take from his cold corpse. As Aoyama nodded profusely. Scene changed. Unnamed island near Japanese coast, Izuku and Astrid's cave. For hours, the two bonded, talking about how their lives went. Both revealed information about themselves. Izuku learned that Astrid was a Viking, a dragon rider, and the girlfriend of the soon-to-be chief of Burke. He couldn't put his mind to it, but somehow within the depths of himself, hearing that Astrid was already taken, somehow made him feel something, not as bad as when Uraraka chose Bakugo over him, but it's still there, the same very emotion when that happened. Jealousy for a girl he met just a day in this cave, but that one day they bonded far stronger than when Uraraka and him became friends. Astrid learned of Izuku's past, how he was quirkless at first and was outcast because of it, and got bullied, but the frail boy was given a chance by his hero, All Might. She got to know how Izuku suffered lack of confidence, on why he was beating himself up for his potential, for the fact that he never got chosen by the woman he liked, by how Izuku mentioned Uraraka, this bubbly girl that became his friend. She couldn't put her hands on it, but somehow she's a little conflicted. She loves Hiccup, but the fact that she may not go home, and how Izuku welcomed her and took care of her when she arrived. To her, Izuku could have just left her there to die, but he didn't. She knows inside her, she felt a bit of intense attraction for Izuku. It's not like how she feels for Hiccup, the love she has for Hiccup, but the attraction for Izuku, it's there, and by the passing days, it's growing. You really are something, Astrid. I wish I was half as good as you. Izuku sent an admiring look her way, and she jabbed his left side. Flattering me won't get you anywhere, hero, she playfully said, while Izuku grasped his side, feeling a bit of pain, but not bad enough. He only groaned in pain, silently. Astrid knows it. She's starting to feel attracted to Izuku, and Izuku, ever the dense dumbass, doesn't see it. It's their bond. Their connection, both knew it's there, and it's ever growing, and they have no way of stopping it. Time skipped 1 week after Izuku's disappearance. He was proclaimed dead. Ever since All Might felt that the embers he had lost connection to one for all itself. Some people mourned his death, his Aunt Mitsuki, and Uncle Masaru, Bakugo's parents, who saw Izuku as their own child ever since Inko's death. People who take it worse was his own classmates. I didn't saw Midobro's pain. He took his life because I wasn't there to be a good friend he could lean on. Kirishima was grasping his head. He couldn't believe his friend already died. Everyone in the classroom felt the same way. Me too. If Izuku-kun really felt that way and I saw through it, I would have sponsored for his therapy. The least I could do as his friend, Momo Yaoyorozu, the closest friend he has, even closer than Bakugo. They spent 3 years as training partners, and the class mom and class dad of their classmates. If only I knew I'm such a bad friend, she solemnly spoke her thoughts. She felt a hand on her back. Kyoka Jiru was patting her back to calm her down. Both look at Izuku's desk, flowers were there along with his picture framed in black. Both look at Izuku's desk, flowers were there along with his picture framed in black. I hope he's in a better place, both said, praying for their mutual friend. Chapter 3 Ch3, Midnight Flight. Unnamed island near the Japanese coast, Izuku and Astrid's cave. 11 p.m. Astrid was enjoying the view of the starry sky, her heart longed to graze the clouds again. I wish I had Stormfly with me, she'd love this starry sky. She said while her hands reached for the sky. Unfortunately for her, that's one thing she couldn't do now that she didn't have Stormfly with her. You seem lonely, enjoying the moonlight night sky filled with stars. Izuku, who was leaning on the cave entrance, asked her. Yeah, I really do miss my dragon, and flying in the sky. It's our hobby except for killing dragon hunters, but that's beside the point, she replied. Izuku saw that look on her face. Care to dance with me in the sky? He asked, then her gaze shot towards him. You can do th. She didn't have the chance to finish her words. Izuku's speed blitzed behind her and took her by the waist. And shot off, using float and air cannon he propelled himself and her towards the sky. Ha! What are you doing? We're in the sky. Wait, we're in the sky. She was mesmerized by the view, the clouds, the beauty of the sky, and it was breathtaking. It's appealing, far more appealing than the sky we are used to. This is amazing, you really could fly. She's firmly grasping Izuku's arm, not wanting to let go or else she'll fall. Think fast, Izuku, being the sky fox, said as their eyes met. What do you mean? Izuku let her go as she's falling down, her hair getting assaulted by the wind. You muttonhead. I'll kill you for this, she yelled while falling. Huh. Can't hear you. Wanna repeat that? Izuku teasingly replied. I will kill you. She replied back, her voice becoming a distant echo. Just kidding, Izuku said before using air cannon and propelled himself towards her. He blitzed to her and hugged her tightly. She did the same while breathing heavily. Don't ever do that to me again, she huffed between words. Izuku slowly untightened the hug, and she felt that. No, please don't let me go, don't, she begged. Ha 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 ha. Sorry, it was too good to pass up. Sorry, I'm sorry. He tightened his hold on Astrid. Don't worry, I'd never let you go. He said, never. He whispered and he started to descend it again, up towards the sky. As they pass up the sky, and even beyond the clouds. Look, it's appealing, isn't it? He said, while Astrid still shakes from that situation earlier. Hey, I'm sorry I did that, but look, it's appealing. I don't want you to miss this view. He whispered as Astrid slowly opened her eyes. It's amazing, the clouds, and the sparkling dust in the sky. Stars, was it? She saw Izuku nodding at her question. Yeah, and one of it is you. You shine the brightest amongst all these stars. A little tinge of blush creeps on her face. Izuku really knew his way with words. Thank you for bringing me here, it feels like I'm home again, so thank you, really thank you. She rested her head on Izuku's shoulder. Thank you. At that, Izuku smiled. He knew at this moment he made his friend happy. They slowly descended down, back to their home, their cave. He puts Astrid down. She was disoriented for a couple of seconds, but the moment she regained her bearings. Astrid punched Izuku's shoulder. Ouch. Stop that, it tickles, you know. Astrid punched Izuku's shoulder. Ouch. Stop that, it tickles, you know. She gained a deadpan expression at what Izuku just said and remembered something. I sometimes forget how durable you are. She said with half-closed eyes. Being thrown around my all might through buildings could do that to you. Izuku said, dreading the flashback he just had, All Might punching him through buildings while they were sparring. You got what now? You got thrown into those things you called buildings. How are you still alive? Astrid's mouth was wide open. I don't know, if maybe death just likes to dance with me. He got punched in the shoulder again by Astrid. You really are a muttonhead. She sighed while pinching the bridge of her nose. But for a moment when she opened her eyes she saw Izuku grasping his heart. Hey, what's happening to you? She asked, worried about him. And no, it's fine, don't worry about me, it'll be fine. Izuku said, waving his pain off as if it was nothing, but his wasn't just nothing. Astrid saw the appearance of his arm. It was covered in this pitch-black shadowy substance, and some highlights of glowing purple all over his arms. And no, that's not just fine, there's something going on with your arms. Why did you hide this from me? She got to Izuku, he was wobbling, so she gave herself as support for him to lean on. I'm fine, Jirah, no, don't worry about me, you'll be fine. Her hold on Izuku tightened, she bit her lip to calm herself down. You're not fine. Stop hiding it, I know full well you're not fine. She helped Izuku sitting on the ground. Astrid cheeks every part of him, just to make sure this shadowy thing wasn't growing, and she saw his legs. It was the same, his whole legs was covered by the same shadows. No, please, you're being consumed by that thing, no, please don't take him from me, she begged the shadowy substance. Her hold on Izuku didn't stay a hold, but a hug. She hugged Izuku. Don't take him, I have no one here, just him, please don't take him from me. Hearing what she said, Izuku couldn't help but let his tears out, as both their eyes locked with one another. Don't leave me, Izuku, gritting his teeth, was fighting back with whatever this is that's consuming him. Please, Astrid begged, she doesn't want to let go of Izuku. Astrid, promise me one thing, I will give you something. If I die fighting whatever this thing is, I want you to find someone named All Might. You know him, I told my story with you. He cupped Astrid's cheeks. No, I won't accept it, just stay, you won't die, just stay with me. I only have you left, someone who I consider a friend, someone I love. She covered her mouth, and she saw the smiling face of Izuku. I wish I had more time with you, I wish I could explore what I feel towards you, Astrid. His voice was shaking, it takes all of him just to fight whatever this thing is. I'm sorry. He bit his lip, causing blood to drop down, and then he kissed Astrid, not one of lust, but of desperation that lasted for 10 seconds as their lips parted away. I'm sorry, is all he said before he threw Astrid away, towards the cave entrance. No, the scream of Astrid echoed through the cave as she was forced out of the cave. I'm really sorry. From the entrance, Astrid's eyes locked with Izuku's own emerald eyes. Goodbye, Astrid, as he used one for all and punched at the top of the cave entrance, causing huge rocks to cover the entrance. I can't control it anymore. God damn it. It hurts. He screamed, the pain was unbearable, it's like his body was being eaten while he felt every single fiber of his muscles and flesh was being devoured by this shadowy thing. I need to fight this, the process isn't finished yet, I need to live for a couple of minutes so One for All could transfer to Astrid before I die. Izuku clenched his fist. I won't die easily. Arcs of green lighting surrounds his body as he's mentally fighting a battle of resistance and corruption. In Izuku's mind, he stood against a giant humanoid figure, the only thing he could see was the purple glowing eyes staring back at him. Behind him were the past wielder of One for All. Kid, what's that thing and why did you forcefully transfer One for All to that girl? Daigoro Banjo asked him, whatever that thing is, it's no good, I got chills just by looking at it. Nana Shimura the 7th added. 9th, we'll fight with you, come on, ready yourself. 9th, Yoichi the 1st, said to him while putting his hand on Izuku's left shoulder. No, this isn't a fight we could win, please just go with her, go with Astrid or we'll all die here, we'll lose this fight, I know it, at least if you go with her, One for All's journey won't end with me. Izuku with tears in his eyes pleaded, please first, just please listen to me. The first user took a step back, still processing what Izuku said. Kid, are you suicidal? You can't take that thing alone. Banjo retorted, I know I can't, but what importance does a Deku like me hold? It's better if One for All is with her, she'll carry that torch better than me. Izuku screamed. Please. I'm being you all, as the 9th wielder am begging you, just go with her. I don't think I can keep this up, please. Their heartstrings were strung by Izuku's words. If it's your wish, I'll honor it. 9th, the 1st said, while patting Izuku's back. First, are you sere? Nana saw the look on Yoichi's face, he didn't look like he wanted this, but, please 7th, let's honor the boy's wish. The first, Yoichi started to crumble away as does the other wielders followed with him. Nana was left with Izuku Midoriya. If you fight that thing, search your heart. Think of someone important to you, think of those persons and get it your all, fight with everything you got. As Nana followed with them, she too crumbled down and disappeared from the vestige world. Looks like it's just you and me. Izuku approached the figure, he gains closer and closer to it. But the eyes didn't react, until he passed through it. For a moment, Izuku was blinded by darkness, but when he regained sight, he didn't saw anything but white void, and a single speck of something black in the distance. What's that? It looks out of place from all these white void. Each step he took closer to that speck, a memory replays in his mind. Think of some important to you. It's the memory of what Nana said to him. Hey! Are you gonna eat or what? It's when Astrid invited him to have breakfast because she hunted a boar and cooked it. Thank, for saving me. A memory of Astrid thanking him for saving her. I really feel drawn to you. You know, it's his own memory, of when he lightly touched the cheeks of a sleeping Astrid, confessing how he felt so attracted to her. Please don't let go, don't ever let me go. A memory of Astrid pleading for him to not let go, while they were up in the sky. If you really wanted to save people, why can't you save yourself first? It was the first motivation he received from Astrid. Then, Izuku saw that dark thing from his view. It looks like a heart. He reached for it. With one final step. Don't leave me. A memory of Astrid, pleading for him to not leave her. It happened just moments ago, before he forcefully threw her away and sealed the cave entrance. Don't leave me, don't leave me. It replayed for him, her voice strengthens him as he reached for the heart. Izuku took it, as memories flashed before his eyes. Before he uttered what he just took. The Black Heart, Chapter 4 Ch4, Black Heart. Izuku and Astrid's cave. At the rock-covered entrance of the cave, Astrid was trying to excavate every rock using her bare hands, but some are too heavy to even pick him. It took her almost 5 minutes just to take several down, but there's just too many, not even a small gap to peer through what's inside. Her hands were already shaking. No. No. I can't lose you, please be alright, please be fine. She kept repeating the same sentence for the past 5 minutes, as tears were falling down her face. I can't lose you, you're the only one I have, please be okay. She was desperate, she wanted to help, she wanted to make sure Izuku was okay and fine. In Odin's name, Izuku, please be okay. Her frustration was growing. Her inability to have strength made her do something instinctually. She punched the boulders with her fist as for a second her whole body was covered by white arcs of lightning. As a huge explosion shook the entire cave, and destroyed the boulders covering the entrance. What was that? Isn't this? Amazement at what she just did, then the sudden realization. Izuku, this is his quirk, then what happened to him? If I have it now, she was praying nothing really did happen to him, so she rushed inside, dodging some fallen debris. If I have it then no. I don't want that, I don't want him gone, he's the only one I have. She punched some debris away, and dodging some spikes, seeing Izuku there laying unconscious, she charged faster to him, dodging some spiky stalactites. I got you. Astrid protected Izuku from falling stalactites, punching them away, breaking apart from the power behind her punches. Seeing it safe, she straddled Izuku's unconscious body and rested Izuku by her arms. It stayed with him. Astrid said while clutching Izuku's arm, seeing the shadowy substance is still there, but now something new shocked her from seeing Izuku's appearance. His chest, what's this glowing purple light on it? She saw it's the glowing purple light on Izuku's chest. It's alright, everything's fine now, I won't leave you, not now, not ever. She rested her head on Izuku's chest. He doesn't have a heartbeat. But he's alive, he's still breathing, so how? The face of confusion masked Astrid's face. How did this even happen? But no, I should be grateful, he won't be leaving me behind. She stayed there, resting on Izuku's chest. This quirk, it really takes a T-dash. She lost consciousness, the backlash of One for All was too much for her, that it left her exhausted. It really takes a T-dash, she lost consciousness, the backlash of one for all was too much for her that it left her exhausted. I'm sorry hiccup, I can't go home anymore, I'm stuck in this place with no one to lean on except him and worried for someone who isn't you. I don't even know what I'm feeling right now. Her mind goes through with her feelings, the said feelings she's hiding for the past weeks. All I know is that I felt the same thing when you were blasted by ice by that alpha. Seeing Izuku going through that agony, I couldn't lose him. Hiccup, my own feelings are betraying me, he's the only one I have. She unconsciously let out some stream of tears while imagining Izuku dying and leaving her, like how she left Hiccup and her family back in Burke. I'm sorry hiccup, I don't want to lose someone again. It ends with my uncle. I don't want to lose Izuku too. Little did she know, her intense attraction grew into infatuation. She doesn't know it, but the weeks that passed, her feelings are growing stronger. Her infatuation has lingering feelings of attachment, because Izuku is the only one she has. She started shaking in her sleep, as Izuku's arms snaked on her figure as he embraced her by instinct. Both welcomed the warmth, as they slept their own exhaustion away. Time skipped 2 months after Izuku died. Ever since losing the connection with one for all, their deduction is Izuku Midoriya has long passed to the afterlife, taking one for all with him. Meanwhile, all for one didn't believe the information given by Aoyama Yuga, since all for one could sense one for all through their connection. It's faint, but it's still there. Someone is actively keeping the quirk at bay and he knows it. He doesn't particularly know who has the quirk now, but it's still there, still existing after the 9th's death. He will find it. I will not stop until I get that quirk. It belongs to me no matter how many successors there are. The quirk's only and rightful owner is me. All for one's thought, imagining who could be the new wielder, as he got one dark thought about what he'll do. No matter who you gave it to, Izuku Midoriya, I will find them and they will suffer the same fate as you and the rest of your predecessors. His eyes glowed purple, the all-for-one quirk signifying its hunger for power. I already took you down by giving you that quirk that destroys you from the inside. What's one more successor to the list? The 200-year-old living fossil couldn't help but chuckle, imagining how he'll end the 10th wielder. Scene changed. It's been 2 months, Astrid already lost all hope of going back home and embraced her new life here, enjoying the mall and other stuff that for her sounds futuristic. In this past month she had control of one for all, far powerful than when Izuku had it, but harder to control. The highest percentage she could endure right now is 10%, which is equivalent to Izuku's 30%. Yes, the quirk is 3 times stronger with her than what Izuku had. He's helping her train, while he also trains the newfound abilities he gained from forced quirk awakening when he took the Black Heart. He has access to this dimension where he was outcast at first. Flashback: 2 days after his awakening, Izuku found himself in a world of shadows, where creatures of unknown origins roam free, from goblins, knights, dragons, angels, even humans who has the same appearance as him. Shadowy limbs and glowing purple light all over their bodies. Where am I? He asked no one, seeing so many races of creatures. What is this place? Where is this place? He surveyed the place. Who are you? You don't belong here. Who are you? You don't belong here. You're not one of my liege's shadows, are you? Izuku glanced behind him and saw a knight, adorned in the same dark shadowy armor with his eyes glowing purple. Who are you? Where am I? Izuku asked the knight. Lost human, I am Igris, the sword of the Shadow Monarch. Tell me, how did you found yourself here? The knight known as Igris asked, eyeing Izuku up and down. No idea, I just woke up here. By hearing that, the knight let out a sigh. You seem to be telling the truth. Seeing you are only in your astral form, then it's a given you're having a dream in your real world, but no matter, we'll get to the bottom of Igris's dialogue was cut short when a man landed near them. By appearance the man has nothing noteworthy, a black jacket and black cargo pants, although if the glowing purple eyes were an indication this man isn't human either, the fact that even Igris kneels down to the man. My liege! Exclaimed by the kneeling Igris. It's all right, Igris, I will handle the rest here. You can go back now. It's all right, Igris, I will handle the rest here. You can go back now. By his command, Igris retreated to the training field. Izuku couldn't help but feeling a icy shiver down his spine. He couldn't shake off the fear he's getting from this man. I've been waiting, Izuku Midoriya. He said, much to Izuku's surprise. You know who I am. How? Izuku asked. I do, since the black heart you took was a key for you to access this world. The man goes circles around Izuku. Dahlia was the real owner of that quirk. In your world quirks grew to unprecedented degree that one manifested with the ability to access my domain. He explained, while Izuku is still processing it. You see Izuku Midoriya, through the quirk I knew what happened to you, how this all for one person manipulated you, how he passed this quirk down to you through a letter, in order to break you. The man continues to circle around Izuku, while Izuku followed him, locking eyes with him. How Aoyama Yuga was the one he used to break you, to give you that letter, so by having the quirk you'll slowly break apart. He walks closer to Izuku piece by piece until you would doubt yourself, why am I worthy of one for all? Why am I All Might's successor? Isn't that your train of thoughts? Izuku hearing that fell on his own butt, hitting the ground below. He manipulated me, Aoyama betrayed me, he saw the man nodding. Yes he did. He checkmated you but he didn't win the war yet, Izuku Midoriya. Izuku saw the man reached his hand out for him. Become part of my army, Izuku. Midoriya, the army of shadows under me, the shadow monarch. Izuku took the hand and he was helped standing up. I accept, is all Izuku could say. He has no options, he only has this unknown power inside him to tame, since he lost one for all. He saw the man, a sincere smile, it was faint but it was there. Izuku Midoriya, the man reached for Izuku's head, and uttered a single word that destroyed the very foundations of Izuku's existence. Arise, Chapter 5 Ch 5, Declaration Unnamed Island near Japanese coast. Izuku and Astrid's cave for the past 2 weeks after becoming the Shadow Monarch soldier where he gained the class, Elite Knight. He's a special case, since he has a system where the monarch himself and his generals would give him a quest, and if he does the quest, he gains rewards from them. So far Izuku received a quest from Mashal Baru, a quest to watch K-drama of Izuku's world. Izuku didn't know why but he did it, gaining a reward of Shadow Scythe for only watching his local world K-drama. Although he's confused, he still respect the wishes of his superiors for only watching his local world K-drama. Although he's confused, he still respect the wishes of his superiors. I don't even know why Sir Baru wanted me to watch K-drama, but I guess it's worth the time binge watching it on my phone. Izuku thought while swinging his shadow scythe. But who am I to judge? He leaped up high and did a 360-degree spin using his scythe to do a slashing motion, sending a wave of highly condensed purple shadow energy that cut through the boulder like it's butter. He leaped up high and did a 360-degree spin using his scythe to do a slashing motion, sending a wave of highly condensed purple shadow energy that cut through the boulder like it's butter. Hey Izuku, do you have an axe on you I could borrow? I want to train too, I'll get rusty if I don't. Astrid asked, wishing that Izuku did have an axe. I don't dash. His dialogue was cut short when a quest appeared in front of him. Quest by Mashal Baru, flirt with the maiden, and gain the axe used by the orcs. Just what I need, thanks Sir Baru. Izuku thanked his superior, for the quest but realized the quest itself. Flirt. He looked with a deadpan expression. Ha. I think I heard you say no. Sorry I asked for the dash. She was about to give up but Izuku's eyes looking into hers didn't help. Rusty. Oh please, you're far from rusty Astrid Hofferson, I doubt you even need to train. I mean, Izuku walked to her and got his face inches away from Astrid's. Why does a perfect woman even need to be more perfect? He said, then, he got punched in the side for flirting with her. Quest, accomplished. The reward has been transferred to the shadow inventory of Izuku Midoriya, Elite Knight. Quest, accomplished. The reward has been transferred to the shadow inventory of Izuku Midoriya, Elite Knight. Quest, accomplished. The reward has been transferred to the shadow inventory of Izuku Midoriya, Elite Knight. Stop that. You're flattering me too much, she exclaimed after punching him. Izuku's eyebrow furrowed. I'm not imaging things right, she just stuttered and is flustered. His mind was overloading at the imagination of Astrid being a flustered mess. I was joking. Geez, come on, I'll bring out your axe so you could train. Izuku opened his inventory and brought out an axe, made of highly dense steel. Izuku opened his inventory and brought out an axe, made of highly dense steel. Here, have fun with it, go nuts. Without a second thought, Astrid grabbed the axe and ran outside. Izuku focused on her face. He saw how happy she was while being given that axe. "Thanks. You're the best." As her figure fades away from the distance. "Women," he said while sipping a cup of tea, that no one knows came from. "Back to training I guess, so if I suddenly," Izuku did a split, and use my free hand to, Izuku puts his hand on the ground and balance himself, his feet upwards. "Propel myself upwards," his hand recoils and he was propelled upwards, and he does a mid-air backflip. "And let gravity take control of my scythe." He lets his scythe go, and he landed on his feet. With his free hand. "And wait for my scythe," the scythe comes back down and landed perfectly back on his hand and he tightly gripped it. Then slash, his swift motion, he does a slash sending another wave of energy that slices through a huge boulder. Efficiency and finesse, he stood there looking so smug about what he just did. Meanwhile with Astrid, she's currently training to wield the huge axe. "This thing is so heavy, how did he even casually lifted it by one hand?" she asked herself, still confused how Izuku lifted it so casually. "Doesn't matter, I just have to work more harder." Then she closed her eyes and focused her mind. Focus, as memories flash before her. You have to focus, apply it to every parts of your body, every limbs. In order to mstr one for all, you have to share both will and strength, or it will consume you. Just, let it flow like a calm river. Astrid, let it flow. "I did it!" she exclaimed, feeling the power all over her body. As streaks of white lightning began to dance all over her entire body. "I managed to get it working, one for all really is amazing, it turns people into gods in the mythos," she exclaimed, excited about her predicament. "I have lighting like Thor, strength of Tyr, but I need durability like Izuku said, so I need to get used to this kind of pain all over my body." She smiled. Whenever Izuku teach her something she always enjoys those moments. She smiled, whenever Izuku teach her something she always enjoys those moments. With him doesn't sound so bad. Astrid spoke, with who doesn't so bad and Ms. Hofferson. Izuku, who was leaning on a tree, asked, "HHH, by freight." She lashed out with an air punch towards where Izuku is. He simply sliced through the air current, and it ceased to exist as the breeze calmed. "You scared me. Don't do that again." She reprimands him. "Oh. The most appealing Viking woman, scared. Would have fooled me," he sarcastically said, earning her a tick mark on her forehead. "Hey, I said stop with the flirting flattery." The dash, she yelled. "What? Afraid that I'm joking, or," he flashed towards her. "Or afraid you'll like it?" His face was so close to hers, that even a single bread wouldn't fit through the gaps. Another punch to the shoulder for Izuku and he took it while chuckling. "I forgot how durable you are, you muttonhead." Her fist was red. Izuku didn't want to mess with her more, he's just worried for her. "I'm really sorry, you hurt your hand." He took Astrid's fist, and inspected it. "Are you okay?" he asked, worried. "I'm fine, stop worrying will you, it's just a little redness, it'll go away soon," she said, while Izuku took both her hands. "I'm sorry, really I am." He kissed her hands while they both locked eyes. "Why do you always do that? Why are you always so worried for me? Why does my heart keep beating faster when you show how important I am to you?" Astrid couldn't help but blush, as her heart was touched. "If you keep doing that, I would fall for you." She bit her lip, trying to hide her blush from Izuku. Scene changed. MH News Station. "Everyone, we have a very bad news for today. The villain known as All for One had emerged." The reporter brought out a USB and let an assistant put it into the drive. "This is the bad news." A video from the drive played. All for One is sitting on his throne, littered with bodies of pro-heroes that are in the top 100s. "Japan, I hereby declare a coup d'état. This fragile foundation the hero society has built is about to crumble down." We see him smiling. He wasn't just a masked man anymore, he let the world to see his mangled face, no eyes, no nose, just a mouth. "I have already destroyed the problems in my plans. A hopeful hero already died due to my genius mind," planting a seed of doubt inside his mind, and watch him destroy himself. he took his life. The camera shows how all for one laughed. Izuku Midoriya. The successor of the symbol of peace is no more. Gone, he killed himself thanks to the quirk I planted in him. The emotionally unstable boy died, however he still transferred the quirk to someone else, although I think that wielder is weak, no control of the torch passed down to them by Izuku Midoriya. So I send this message, give up and surrender one for all to me so your death will be painless. I give you 1 day. All for one took the camera, and made as closer to him as he showed his chilling villainous smile. Your move, 10th, as the feed cuts off, the video ends. The reporter sat there, shaking at hearing and seeing the horrific message sent by All for One. There you have it folks, All for One declared war against Hero Society, the reporter said, still fear evident in his voice. Scene change, time skip 3 hours after training. Izuku and Astrid were sitting next to each other, Astrid growing bolder by the minute scooted over to Izuku. Hey, can I rest on you? She asked. Sure, have it your way, Astrid. He gave permission, and she rested her head on Izuku's shoulder. I'll stay here close to you, where I feel safe, she said, while feeling her eyes already sleeping from all those training they did. So please, don't leave me, okay, she pleaded, and Izuku wrapped his arms around her. I won't, I promise, he said, as Astrid smiled and Izuku moved her head from his shoulder to his chest. Feeling comfort, Astrid went ahead and slept on Izuku's chest, his warm arms wrapped around her. Good night, Astrid. Izuku's lips curled, he wanted to say something, he wanted to let it out. He could only ruffle her hair, and spoke his thoughts. I love you. Chapter 6 Ch6, official. The next day Izuku woke up to 2 surprises. First, his body changed. The purple parts of his body became green, as now his body made of pitch black shadow and glowing green energy. He's slowly branching from the power of the Shadow Monarch. He's slowly branching from the power of the Shadow Monarch. And the second one is that he's cuddling with Astrid. How did this even happen? I swear she was on my chest sound asleep. How did we get into this position? How did this even happen? I swear she was on my chest sound asleep. How did we get into this position? Izuku asked himself. Without his knowledge, purple and black shadow was slowly getting smaller and smaller at the corner of their cave. Dense MC, Izuku shot back, looking around. He was on guard. I swear I heard something. Seeing nothing around, he dropped his guard. Must be the wind or something, I'm getting paranoid. He gave Astrid hair a single slide, and started caressing her back, tracing her neck down to the end of her spine. You really are an angel when you're asleep, when awake though nah, still an angel. I don't have a death wish. He got some PTSD when Astrid got too flustered and almost killed him for teasing her too much. I hope you didn't hear what I said to you back there yesterday. He paused. He knew that Astrid felt something towards him, but he knew that back then she couldn't let go just yet. Going closer to her ear, Izuku whispered. I will wait for you until that place in your heart isn't occupied. I will wait. He gave her a quick kiss on the cheeks. He gave her a quick kiss on the cheeks. She woke up. Astrid woke up. She's locking eyes with Izuku, who was starting to share. Hey Astrid, how are you? He greeted her. She didn't care what he was saying and only wrapped her arms around Izuku's torso. 5 more minutes. She forcefully made Izuku lay back down with her, Astrid's arms still coiled around his torso. Back sleep Izuku, MHM. She got comfortable back on Izuku's chest, and went back to sleep, leaving a confused Izuku, slowly closing and opening his eyes. Just what are we, Astrid? He's hopeful that one day she'd love him too. He knows, deep inside him, he could never replace Hiccup as the first love. But the pride in him as a man wants to do more, to be the man she needs and wants. Is there really a chance with the two of us? He asked. No one. But for a moment, when Izuku said that, Astrid slowly looks up, opening her eyes and locking them with Izuku's glowing emerald eyes. There is, but I don't know how you really feel, Izuku. Izuku was shocked. She was listening to him. He really didn't think about it clearly when he said all those things. Why, you were listening? He saw her nod. I was. Izuku sighed after hearing her reply. Look Astrid, I really don't have what it takes. My own crush choose my bully over me. I mean what good is there for women to even consider me?" He paused, as Astrid was about to butt in and deny his claim about himself being not noteworthy. "You see Astrid, I could never be as great as a man Hiccup was, I'm just well, a Deku someone useful dash." He got cut off by Astrid, who forced his face to look at him. She cupped both his cheeks. "Well, a Deku someone useful dash." He got cut off by Astrid, who forced his face to look at him. She cupped both his cheeks. "Listen. I don't ever want to hear you talking down on yourself ever again, Izuku. Truth is, I love you too. Just yesterday it made my heart flutter when you said I love you after you ruffled my hair." Izuku's eyes widened. She heard all of it. "Izuku, I know you can't be Hiccup, Izuku, you're you, just be who you are. Be the man who saved me from those collapsing pillars, be the same man who risked his life for me. Be the same man who stayed in this cave with me for months." She didn't hesitate, and brought Izuku's face close to hers. She didn't hesitate, and brought Izuku's face close to hers as time slowed, their lips united, their feelings aligned, as time slowed, their lips united, their feelings aligned, as their lips locked, their relationship was solidified. Their lips parted for a moment. "Does this mean?" Izuku paused, and Astrid placed her finger on his lips. "Yes, Izuku, yes we are," as she continued, and locked lips with him again, this time more passionate than ever. The appealing journey of today could only begin when both at the same time let go of yesterday. Izuku and Astrid had learned to lean on one another, letting go of both their past to walk hand in hand, and side by side with one another. As both were the new volume of a book of each other's lives. They parted, leaving a trail of saliva as both locked eyes with one another. They parted, leaving a trail of saliva as both locked eyes with one another. "I love you," both said in unison. Scene changed. Hours later, Izuku decided to take Astrid with him to get some clothes, their very first official date. His face is covered by mask, a mask he borrowed from Tusk. "Got anything you wanted, Astrid?" Izuku asked, Astrid clinging on his left arm. "Got anything you wanted, Astrid?" Izuku asked, Astrid clinging on his left arm. "Underwear, I think I really need a set of those." She answered, a bit embarrassed. "Sure, let's get some for you, I think Victoria's Secret is around the corner." Astrid's eyebrow furrowed. "Whose secret now?" she asked, a bit jealous hearing some girl's name come out of Izuku's mouth. "PFTTT, hahaha. It's a brand of clothing and perfume, Astrid," he replied, while Astrid let out a very innocent, "Oh, it's cute seeing you jealous, at a brand no less." Izuku chuckled, while Astrid, having enough of the teasing, punched him in the shoulder. "Ouch. It doesn't hurt, but still ouch," he slyly said, while nudging her side. "Drama queen," she rolled her eyes, and dragged Izuku towards the said store brand. Then for a moment, Astrid stopped. "Izuku, isn't that your classmates?" she asked while pointing at a corner. "SHT, it's Uraraka and Bakugo." He squirms, trying to run away from there, booking it like hell and run, but Astrid stopped him. "Don't run, you have a mask, just calm down. Let's not waste our date because of them, you have me now." She tightened her grip on his hand, then Izuku relaxed and felt the comfort her words gave to him. "Thanks, Astrid, thanks, Shadow Monarch, you're here with me." She flicked him on the forehead for being such a wuss for seeing his classmates. "Yeah babe, I guess that old fossil all for one is really desperate at this point, who would even declare war on live TV." The conversation between Ochako and Bakugo, as they passed by Izuku and Astrid. "TF, kind of weirdo uses that weird mask," was Bakugo's comment on Izuku's mask. Shut up, don't start anything here." He was dragged away by Uraraka before anything could happen. As they got away, Izuku snarled at Katsuki's remarks. "Tisk, better guy than me, huh, what a letdown." He side-eyed the couple. "Come on, just ignore those two." Astrid dragged him away. "Yeah, you're right, we should continue our date, wasting our time with them isn't worth it." As he happily smiled while being dragged away by Astrid. Scene changed. Island of Burke. 2 months after Astrid's disappearance. The gang found a woman with blonde hair like Astrid, but the woman when they got to Burke attacked, thinking the gang and Hiccup were her enemies. As weeks, then a month, the woman adapted to this new world unknown to her. She lives with Hiccup and Valka, although being visited by Snotlout and being flirted by him caused the woman some headache. She only has an eye on one man, Hiccup Haddock, the chief of the Burkians. You helped me, now it's time I help you. The woman ruffled the sleeping Hiccup's hair. She saw how broken he was. Losing Astrid took a blow in Hiccup's mental state. She inched closer. Thank you, for saving me in that cave, she whispered. Now let me help you. She looks at Hiccup, his innocence yet broken expression while having a nightmare caused her to put her hand on the man's chest. She looks at Hiccup, his innocence yet broken expression while having a nightmare caused her to put her hand on the man's chest. Let me thaw your frozen heart. Hiccup, read, Omphalos, nice read, I promise. Chapter 7 Ch7, Hiccup's Dilemma. Back at Burke, it's been months since Astrid's disappearance, and with the arrival of Elsa in his life, Hiccup couldn't be more confused and broken at his current situation. He had spent exactly 5 months without Astrid in his life, and Elsa came 2 months after Astrid's disappearance. He's chucking it up that whatever happened to Astrid must have happened to Elsa too, but Elsa was sent to Burke, while Astrid was sent to somewhere unknown. Hiccup had given up after 2 months of Astrid's disappearance. No matter how he searched the archipelago with his dragons, a whole flock of dragons scattered all over the archipelago, but still no signs of her anywhere. It's been 5 months, Astrid, and here I am having my heart beat for a woman who isn't you. Hiccup held his head in frustration. Just what is wrong with me? He swiped away the book of dragons in his fury. Why is my heart beating so fast when I'm with her, with Elsa? He sighed, and looked at the ceiling of his house. I don't know how I feel. He slammed his hands on his desk. You're moving on, Hiccup, that's what you're feeling right now. Then Hiccup glanced at his door, and saw black hair, slim body. Heather. What are you doing here? Hiccup asked. Just checking on our dear chief. You know my brother would hate to see you that way. Hiccup. Just checking on our dear chief. You know my brother would hate to see you that way. Hiccup. He sees you as his brother. She explained. It's time. Hiccup. Heather walked towards Hiccup and sat on his bed. Sometimes, you have to let go or it will consume you. She stood and rested her hand on Hiccup's shoulder. Astrid's is in a better place now, Hiccup. Wallowing in your room won't bring her back. He swiped away Heather's hand. Can you blame me? I don't even think it's love anymore. I'm just clinging to the memories I had with her, with Astrid. He slumped back down on his chair, and it's toxic. Hiccup, you're chaining yourself down to mere memories of you guys together. She said. I know it's painful, Hiccup, losing people you love, but sometimes you need to give yourself a chance. Give yourself the chance to love again and not hide away in your room for comfort. Heather saw the tears in Hiccup's eyes. I know, she heard Hiccup mumble to himself. Be honest with me, Hiccup, does your heart still beat for her or there's someone new? Heather asked, and she saw Hiccup flinched when mentioning about someone else. I met someone. Hearing that, Heather smiled a bit. She knew the bond Hiccup and Astrid had, and for some time she's there to see it. But now Hiccup's shield is cracking. Good, and Heather urged him to continue. Just being honest with myself, she's pretty, her blonde hair as shiny as polished Gronkel iron and her eyes, sometimes I got myself captivated by it. He heard a light chuckle from Heather. Ha ha ha. There we go, Hiccup, now that's the spirit. I know it's hard, but please take my word into account and give yourself a chance. To her surprise, Heather saw Hiccup nodding his head. Hiccup was looking at both his hands. Maybe I should have Astrid arrived the same way as Elsa. I just hope someone is taking care of her the way we're taking care of Elsa. Heather saw him, the wallowing depressed chief of Burke, smile. See, why don't you both get to know each other better? Open a good conversation and start there. Why not try teaching her Dragonese, the language of dragons? Heather saw Hiccup's eyes light up. You're right. Hiccup exclaimed and tightly hugged Heather. You're a lifesaver, Heather, thank you. Hiccup exclaimed, as Heather saw him running out of the room, and his target is Elsa, who's at the dragon arena. You really are hopeless, Hiccup. She touched her chest, on top of her heart. And I'm hopeless for you too. A single tear came down from her cheeks. At least you're not alone anymore, she spoke, her voice sobbing. I just hope this Elsa takes good care of you. She smiled. even with the tears dripping down her face. Heather stood there looking out the window with a content look on her face. "I wish I could find someone too," said Heather with a hopeful expression on her delicate face. Scene changed. Dragon Arena. New Burke Hiccup sat next to Elsa, who was listening to him explaining words in Dragonese. She's an avid listener but her mind wasn't in the lesson but to him, to Hiccup. Hiccup sat next to Elsa, who was listening to him explaining words in Dragonese. She's an avid listener but her mind wasn't in the lesson but to him, to Hiccup. "It's good to see you so energized like how your friends described you." Her thoughts lingered on Hiccup's face and how happy he looks while explaining some things to her. "So yeah, translation of fish needs a good growl at the end. Are you listening, Elsa?" he asked, the girl who was too fixated at him. "Oh yeah, I am." Continue, she protested, "if you say so." He gave up and didn't say anything further. Then, an hour passed as the lesson continued and Hiccup got more and more closer to Elsa, who seemed to be very interested in the lessons. At one point, their hands touched. Not one of them retracts their hand, they didn't move it away as they simply look at each other. Both knew, their relationship wasn't just gonna be casual, but far deeper, as the tale of the Viking chief of the Burkians and the Queen of Ice, and formerly of Arendelle continues with guiding each other on this world full of dragons and Vikings, having each other's backs at every step they take. As the looming threat of Argo the Destroyer slowly breathed down their necks, they only have a few months to prepare against the worst version of Drago Bloodfist, Argo the Tamer of the Purple Death. Scene change. Unnamed island near Japanese coast. Izuku and Astrid's cave. They just arrived a few hours ago after shopping, and Astrid was so excited to try her new Viking clothes. She even stole Izuku's scythe just to take a picture with her new attire. "Looks good, Astrid, you do look flat." He was hit by his own scythe in the head. "Ouch," he whined. "What were you about to say?" she asked, ominous aura behind her as Izuku gulped in fear of the woman he loves. "Nothing, I feel I made an error of some kind," Izuku said while scratching his cheek. "Good," she huffed. "I was joking, come on," Izuku said while hugging her legs like a koala. "Don't give me the eyes, I swear." "Izuku, if you give me the E-, she protested as Izuku looks at her with puppy dog eyes. Fine, I forgive you trying to comment about my chest." She ruffles his hair. "Yay," Izuku exclaimed, still hugging Astrid's legs. "Plus, you know chest isn't everything in a woman, Astrid," Izuku said, already standing as he smiled at her. "What I want in a woman is far important than chest." His finger traced her chest, then it landed on where her heart is. "It's this is far more important than any beauty, big chest, or charm that a woman can give." Her heartbeat got faster than ever. Izuku really does know his way with words. "This is important, Astrid, because this is the real you, not your body, not your appealing face. But the real you is inside there." His flattery for her got the best of her as she lunged on Izuku. "Your flattering can't get you anywhere, Izuku," she said before hugging him. "But it can get me to your lips," Izuku replied before almost kissing Astrid. "Since he got punched, that's for almost saying my chest is flat." She retracts her fist. Izuku stumbled for a moment. "Ow. What the he dash?" Izuku was grabbed by his collar and got kissed passionately by Astrid before their lips parted after a good minute of nothing but kissing. A little bit of tongue action. Izuku was grabbed by his collar and got kissed passionately by Astrid before their lips parted after a good minute of nothing but kissing. A little bit of tongue action. And that's for everything else." She let go of his collar and walked away, giggling to herself, leaving Izuku. Ch8, City of Fire. Unnamed island near Japanese coast. Izuku and Astrid's cave. It's the next day. It's currently 7:07 a.m. and Izuku was given a notification from the shadow system. Notification: Commander Grade Kaisel would like to be your mount. Yes or no? Commander Grade. That's a grade higher than me. Could I really summon a superior again? Izuku's lovely morning was bombarded by his notification, and is currently contemplating if he should accept this one. It's an opportunity, so why not? He thought. Yes, I accept, he said as two eyes locked eyes with him through his shadow. You must be Kaisel. I'm sorry sir, but you'll have to wait for the right time to be summoned. Again sorry sir. Izuku said, profusely apologizing to someone higher than him. He growled. And huff, of the piercing gaze of the figure within his shadow. Thank God that one is very appreciative and welcoming. Last time I summoned a superior, General Greed chased me straight to Japan for interrupting his training. Izuku by instinct thanked God out of the blue. He's somewhat scared of some of his superiors in the Shadow Army. Scene changed. Izuku took Astrid for a appealing date across the skies. The two on top of Kaisel, Izuku's superior and now a shadow under him. For some odd reason Kaisel immediately took a liking of Astrid. The wyvern acted like a domesticated puppy whenever Astrid is near. Oops. This image does not follow our content guidelines. To continue publishing, please remove it or upload a different image. The two on top of Kaisel, Izuku's superior and now a shadow under him. For some odd reason Kaisel immediately took a liking of Astrid. The wyvern acted like a domesticated puppy whenever Astrid is near. The duo were enjoying the night sky, as for a few minutes they saw what's below. Fire. Izuku asked, seeing several burning buildings. Izuku, I think this is something you call a villain attack, is it? Astrid asked and Izuku nodded. Yeah it is, I'm sure of it. Kaisel land us there, we need to find out what's really happening. The giant shadow dragon obliged and landed them on Japanese soil. What's happening here? Izuku was pushed by civilians trying to flee away from the chaos that's ensuing. Run. Run, the villains had gone rampant. There is no symbol. No heroes to save us, random civilian shouts, fear in their voice. So that's what's happening here, Izuku, let's help these poor people. Astrid said and glanced to Izuku, who was already gone, and his gone, since I'm not from here I could bash their heads in right. Astrid asked herself, her Viking mindset already kicking as she took out Izuku's scythe. Woohoo, she exclaimed while running towards the fray like a bloodthirsty woman that she is. It did tone down when she became a dragon rider, but her bloodthirsty nature as a Viking is still there. So she ran, with scythe in hand ready to murder villains like it's a normal Tuesday stroll. Where are you villains? Let me cave in your skulls, was her yell before she became a distant figure from Kaisel's view. Scene changed. Izuku punched a villain in the gut, then he summoned a set of daggers. And cleave another villain's leg who was trying to hit Izuku from him. Then Izuku got stabbed. Ha! You're dead, you brat. Izuku smiled at that man, not sincerely but one of malice and sinister. Did you really think I would die because you killed me? The villain retracted his knife, and saw it. What's happening? Why are you not bleeding? I stabbed you, the villain shouts, as Izuku's wound didn't have a single drop of blood. But something out of the wound began to ooze out. From Izuku's wound, shadow substance began to cover it, then it disappears along with his wound. You can't kill me. In a blur, Izuku disappeared as the man looks at the itchy pain in his chest. There, he froze. His heart was in Izuku's hand. How heartless, Izuku said sarcastically before clenching the man's heart as it pops from the pressure of Izuku's hand. Now's it's literal. He said before throwing the crumbled heart. The villain lost the lights in his eyes, and falls down. Dead, that's my first time killing. Why do I like that feeling? Must be because they're villains. He said before jumping upwards trying to spot more villains. There another one, and he sent a foot soldier knight, who stabbed the man in the gut. There two on your right. Izuku shouts pointing at a direction for his knight to follow. Good. As Izuku saw the knight, cleaving through a villain like they were butter. Good job Knight B. Izuku congratulates the knight. I wonder how Astrid is doing. He thought, I'm sure she's doing fine, she's a nice girl, maybe she's helping civilians. He added. Scene change. The harmonic screams of agony echoes throughout town. As Astrid went on a murder spree on these villains. Pretty lady, why don't you join our side? I swear you'd be satisfied when you're with us. A villain spoke while looking down at Astrid before licking his lips. Seeing Astrid as something tantalizing. Gross, using one for all at 5%. Astrid leaped at the man's direction and cleanly sliced through him like butter. ACKKKK, was the man's like groan of agony as his torso separated from the rest of his body. I hate men like you, you're gross. You're like young snotlout, but worse. She spat at the man's severed corpse. She doesn't got a single idea, but the scythe she borrowed from Izuku has an active skill. BLD frenzy, which brings out the bloodthirsty nature of the user, it brings it out then boosts that longing. In exchange for plus 30% strength. Wait, I can locate these villains now. I'm sure 3 villains are around that corner. Her eyes wandered at said corner and she ran for it, towards the corner, her weapon ready. Lo and behold, there was 3 villains and they're undressing a girl, as old as Astrid. The girl was begging. Terrified of what will happen to her now. Let that woman go. Astrid commanded. Oh look, some beach wants to get in on the fun, the scarred left eye man said. Scurry along missy, be back later after we're done with this one, the one with the dragon tattoo in his cheek said. Please help me, the girl begged. You son of a half-troll BSTRDS, Astrid cursed under her breath. Close your eyes. This will be bloody. Astrid said to the poor girl, and she did. The moment Astrid saw the girl close her eye, one of the 3 villains' head flew off. Kajuro. UF blonde beach, you'll pay for killing Kajuro. The dragon tattooed one lunged at Astrid, but she does a front barrel roll and dodged the sharp nail-like projectiles that barely graze her. I need more power. The arcs surrounding her body became sharper, far more arcs of lightning than usual. 7%, Astrid muttered under her breath, and she lunged at the man with the scar first. Behind you, Ryu dash. The moment the villain saw Astrid behind his buddy, he's confused why a scythe suddenly embedded in his chest, from the back. You son of a b dash, last one wanted to yell, but his head flew away before he could finish what he's about to say. Don't open your eyes yet, I'll drag you away from this sight first. Astrid dragged the poor girl to a safe place. There, you can open them now. The girl opened her eyes and saw Astrid. Thank you miss, she exclaimed. Astrid nodded. No problem, then. Astrid jumps away using 7% of one for all. Now where did that boyfriend of mine have gone to? I hope he doesn't do anything moronic, Astrid muttered, huffing at the thought of Izuku doing dumb things again, as he leaped building to building trying to find Izuku's green unkempt hair from the streets. Then she found him in one street, mountains of dead villains under his feet, a solemn look on his face while looking down on those corpses. I just jinxed it, as she looks at Izuku's arm. He was clutching on a severed arm, then Astrid landed beside him. And heard him say. DMN it, that crusty BSTRD got the chance to run away, is all she heard him say, as he threw the severed arm away. Crusty BSTRD. Astrid asked, then he glanced at her. Oh, someone who's under all for one's thumb, the cry baby I met at the USJ and the mall. Astrid nodded at his short story. Are there any villains left? She asked Izuku. No, I think there's none left since I sent my night soldiers to make sure not one of them still breathes. By the way, you had fun. He informed and asked Astrid. He then saw Astrid nodding excitedly. Yeah, I saved a girl from what do you call them again? I think it's the RA dash. Izuku covered her mouth before she could finish her sentence. Okay, I get it, just don't explain that. His hand was still over her mouth, and she nodded. So. Want to get back home or you have some plans? Astrid asked, contemplating Izuku. I think I have somewhere we need to visit together. I want you to meet my mother since we're already here, Izuku informed her. Oh finally. I can't wait to meet the best mother this world has. Astrid held Izuku's hand and smiled at him, making her body closer to Izuku. He smiled at that. Let's go Astrid, I know Mom will love to meet you. Scene changed. Izuku had brought Astrid, to his mother to Izuku Midoriya. Astrid was a little bit confused. Where's your mother Izuku then? She followed Izuku's hand, and it pointed to a private resting place where an urn was placed at the center, and a picture of a green-haired woman beside it. Izuku, I don't understand, she's really confused, why would Izuku point at a picture and call her mother? Astrid, Izuku brought her into a hug, he knows Astrid's confusion is genuine. He knew their ritual was far different from them. Astrid, that's my mom, this is her resting place. Astrid, she's dead. Astrid just realized what he meant, and she felt Izuku tightening the embrace. Izuku's hand landed on the glass that separated him and his mother. Mom, I'm back. Mom, I want you to meet someone. Izuku kissed Astrid's cheeks. Mom, I want you to meet my girlfriend. Mom, this is Astrid. Astrid also rested her hand on the glass. Hello, my name is Astrid Hofferson, Izuku's girlfriend. I'm glad I met you today. While I'm with Izuku, I always wanted to meet the woman who raised Izuku right. I wish we could talk, get to know each other. I wanted to make a promise with you, ma'am. Izuku rested his hand on Astrid's hand that was touching the glass. I promise you, ma'am, I will be the best girlfriend, and soon wife if Izuku takes me. I promise to keep Izuku in line and prevent him from doing anything moronic. Astrid smiled. Izuku really did miss his mother, and Astrid finally met the woman who gave birth to Izuku and raised him to the man that he is. Little did they know, I miss you, mom. A figure, transparent, a figure of Izuku Midoriya, was hugging both of them, her face full of happiness. I'm proud of you, Izuku. A cool breeze passed by Izuku and Astrid, as the two smiled. Ch9, Gaze of the Abyss. Kamino Ward villain based. Tamura, what happened to you? How did the plan go? All for One asked his student while looking at the stump where his student's arm should be. And what happened to your arm, Tamura? All for One added, pointing at his student's arm. Some shadow BSTRD took it off MSTR, he said it's payment for what you did, and his coming for your spy. Tamura Shigaraki retorted, causing All for One to raise his eyebrow. Izuku Midoriya. It couldn't be, my brother's quirk already have passed to the 10th wielder. How? He pondered, whoever he is, MSTR is strong, he didn't got affected by my quirk, I saw it myself. He didn't got decayed. Yelled by a furious Tamura. Flashback, it's been a while, Tamura, or should I call you Tenko now? Which is it? The left or the right? The figure clad in armor of shadow spoke, sending shivers down Tamura's spine. Who are you? He yelled in frustration, seeing his army of villains dead on the man's feet. Your debt collector, the figure yelled. As before even Tamura could react, Kurogiri warped him away. Ever since the Nomu detected the danger the figure posed. DMNU, yelled by Tamura, grasping his other arm, which was grabbed by the figure and cleaved it off. No time, be safe young MSTR. Kurogiri said before he too disappeared, we'll see each other soon. Your appearance can lie, but your soul can't. Oboro Shirakumo, as dread covered Kurogiri before he warped away along with Tamura. Flashback END, he called me by a name MSTR, does Oboro Shirakumo ring a bell MSTR? Kurogiri asked his MSTR, All for One, who got wide-eyed if he got an eye to widen. How does Izuku Midoriya know so much about us? All for One, in the deepest pits of his soul, he felt dread. The shadow don't lie. All for One, we'll see one another again next time. I'll separate your spine from your body. The corner of the room where it was dark, a voice spoke. Dabi, who was just listening on them, fired at the corner. Who's there? He yelled, as he stopped his blue flames to wait for a response. You'll have your time too, they all saw. Green eyes within the dark shadow, I'll come to collect you too. The shadow began to get smaller as it retreated into the void. Until next time, Tenko Shimura, Tuya Todoroki, your time will come. I will come, the shadow spoke, before it disappears. Get back here, you BSTRD. Dabi fired another volley of flames. You idiot, you're going to burn this DMN place. Tamura stopped him. For a moment that the flames subside, there was no one. He's coming for us all. All for One with dread in his tone, he was already dealing with heroes now. Izuku Midoriya, a third party will come for their heads too. He's not coming to imprison us, he's here to reap our souls. All for One's hands were shaking, the Demon King felt true fear for the very first time. As Tamura's knee weakened and he hit the hard floor. Let him come, we'll kill him for good, isn't that right, sensei? Tamura asked, all for one who didn't speak back, just staring at where the shadowy figure was. Scene change, unnamed island near Japanese coast. Izuku and Astrid's cave. Izuku was at the bonfire, eyes closed as if he was focusing about something. Are you okay, Izuku? His girlfriend Astrid asked, as she rested her whole body in Izuku's embrace, her head on Izuku's chest. Why are you grinning like a moron? She asked. Oh, nothing, just scared the SHT out of someone who's supposed to be the symbol of fear. Oops. This image does not follow our content guidelines. To continue publishing, please remove it or upload a different image. Oh, nothing, just scared the SHT out of someone who's supposed to be the symbol of fear. Izuku said, ruffling Astrid hair. It's gonna be alright, you won't have to fight him, Astrid. I'll personally deal with him. He said while smiling, sinisterly. Oh, him, you'll beat him no problem, but I wanna fight too, you know. Can I take care of his muttonhead army? Izuku nodded at her as she smiled. He'll know soon enough, that he shouldn't have gazed into the abyss. Izuku's emerald glowed bright. Because the abyss, gazes back. Oops. This image does not follow our content guidelines. To continue publishing, please remove it or upload a different image. Because the abyss, gazes back. Scene changed. God damn that Deku. It's almost 3 months and is not seen anywhere. I should have gotten that quirk instead of his useless butt. Katsuki Bakugo threw his lamp. I should have gotten that quirk instead of him. He slammed his fist on his desk. Now that he's inside his dorm room, he could let all his frustrations out. It should have been given to me. Not him, not that BSTRD who keeps looking down on me. He slammed both his clenched hands on his desk. He's gritting his teeth from frustration just thinking about everything. If that son of a bitch wanted to die, he could have given one for all to me before he did. I could have been the number one with that DMN quirk. All Might should have gave me that quirk in the first place. Not him. Not that useless Deku. I bet he's laughing at me from his god DMN grave. He yelled, his breathing was heavy. Frustration at Deku for dying with choosing him as his successor. I was supposed to break him first. I already took Uraraka from him, but that useless disappeared and died without giving it away. Generations upon generations worth of power in a quirk, wasted by that Deku. He yelled at the top of his lungs. He's lucky the room was soundproof, since anyone could hear that from outside if it isn't. Scene change. Sanctuary of Heroes, Cemetery. All Might stood slumped, looking at his successor's grave with no body buried was painful for the symbol of peace. He really loved the boy, and treated him like his own son. He would always give Izuku some allowance, ever since Inko died. He promised the woman he'd take care of Izuku, but for him it's like he failed at the promise he made to Inko. It's like he failed at the promise he made to Inko. Oops. This image does not follow our content guidelines. To continue publishing, please remove it or upload a different image. I failed you, young Midoriya. I'm sorry, my boy. He rested the flowers on Izuku's tomb. I failed as a teacher and, as a parental figure, I'm sorry I didn't saw through your pain, my boy, I really do. His tears were flowing down, as raindrops soaked his hair and entire suit. I wanted to see you on the top, young Midoriya, the time when you become the symbol of peace, the time you take that title from me, as I watch from the sideline, cheering you on, my boy. He kneels, and caresses Izuku's tomb. I wish I could turn back time, my boy. I would cherish you. I would assure you how important you are to us. I'll stay here, young Midoriya. I'll be your company for now, my boy. Oops. This image does not follow our content guidelines. To continue publishing, please remove it or upload a different image. I'll stay here, young Midoriya. I'll be your company for now, my boy. He really wanted to hug his successor, to tell the boy how proud he was of him. You mean so much to me, young Midoriya. You were like a son I never had. I wish I could call you. All Might paused, wiping away the tears that fell from his sunken cheeks. All Might paused, wiping away the tears that fell from his sunken cheeks. Oops. This image does not follow our content guidelines. To continue publishing, please remove it or upload a different image. My son, CH10, News unnamed island near Japanese coast Izuku and Astrid's cave. Izuku walks towards Astrid who was doing something with training one for all, he has plates of food in hand. Hey Astrid, I got our brie dash, he paused, and put down the plates before he got into a laughing fit. Ha 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 ha. What are you doing Astrid? He's grabbing his stomach from his uncontrollable laughter. Hey. I was just charging the phone you gave me. She yelled in retort. With the charger on your mouth ha 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 ha. This is hilarious. He's in his laughing fit, then you charge this we have no electricity, genius. Astrid sent him a glare that made him shiver. Oops. This image does not follow our content guidelines. To continue publishing, please remove it or upload a different image. With the charger on your mouth ha 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 ha. This is hilarious. He's in his laughing fit, then you charge this we have no electricity, genius. Astrid sent him a glare that made him shiver. Oh okay I'll charge it, now where did I put that solar generator? He walked away, trying his best not to get a scythe to the head. So he hurriedly went to find it. Hurry. Izuku. I have to feed my dragons, in Dragon City. She yelled, as Izuku doubled the effort. Coming right away MDM, Izuku replied. Astrid had been an avid player of Dragon City for the past week now, she missed Stormfly so at least in Dragon City she could care and raise a dragon to sate her feeling of being homesick. Scene change Class 3A, Classroom UA. Izuku's spot in 3A has been taken by a purple-haired sleep-deprived boy, who could be passed off as Aizawa's son. A late transfer but a needed one since they need to fill the void in the classroom of their missing dead classmate. You still have that Yamamoe. I have mine too. Kyoka said, while dangling her own Deku Alpha suit keychain. Of course, Izuku did give me this on my birthday and in return I gave him my own Creati keychain. Oops. This image does not follow our content guidelines. To continue publishing, please remove it or upload a different image. Of course, Izuku did give me this on my birthday and in return I gave him my own Creati keychain. Momo replied, Izuku was their mutual friend. Cool I didn't give him anything though, I have no merchandise like you two. Momo giggled at her friend, Kyoka wasn't the type to sell her own merch. Izuku on the other hand would sell his merch so he could buy All Might figures and merch. If the dumbass just asked All Might could have given him the whole factory. Scene change back with Izuku. He's been in the corner for a while now, he's another episode of his painful memories, it doesn't hurt him physically but still emotionally he isn't invincible. All Might shouldn't have given you one for all. Memories of Night Eye belittling his potential, and All Might's decision of picking him resurfaced in his mind. All Might could still have one for all. Instead his career died because he can't continue. One for all wasn't supposed to be in your hands. It wasn't supposed to be you. Instead he chose you. You're just a kid, who has no idea what he's doing. Shut up Night Eye, I deserved one for all. Izuku yelled while clutching his head. All Might was supposed to be working until now bringing hope to people. You're not supposed to be the successor. It was supposed to be Mirio. Instead he chose you. You're a mistake. Shut up. Izuku from the depths of his heart, you can see the future but you can't predict your own death. You're the mistake Night Eye. Izuku added, clenching his fist. That's why I stole your DMN poster, payment for being a PP while I was in your agency. All you see is Mirio. Mirio that. Mirio this. To hell with Mirio. I have my problems too. I have my dreams too. Why can't you put your trust in me for once? Izuku felt arms around his waist, having another attack. Izuku. Astrid asked, resting her head on his shoulder calming him. Yeah sorry I yelled out of nowhere I can't control when my delusions attack me. Astrid lovingly explored his body, this calms Izuku down. Thanks, Astrid for always being there for me. He said, you were there for me when I was alone Izuku, you didn't leave me so I have to give my support double, triple, 1,000-fold. He. She nozzles her nose on Izuku's neck. She nozzles her nose on Izuku's neck. Oops. This image does not follow our content guidelines. To continue publishing, please remove it or upload a different image. You're the sweetest, you know that, right? He said, you always remind me that, of course I do. She said lovingly while giving Izuku a quick kiss on the lips. Come on, quit sulking. Astrid took Izuku's hand and guided him to their new bed. Let's take a rest, looks like you really need it. She said before pushing Izuku on the bed, and jumping onto him. As the both of them cuddled up, and rested for today due to stress of training and their aching body really needed it. Oops. This image does not follow our content guidelines. To continue publishing, please remove it or upload a different image. As the both of them cuddled up, and rested for today due to stress of training and their aching body really needed it. Scene change. News report has stated that an unknown man with shadow-like quirk, his distinct feature is his unkempt unruly green hair, has been spotted by our chopper on top of villains' dead bodies made into a mountain from the numbers of them. I don't know how to react. Sure, what he's doing is illegal, but just me, this is just my opinion. He's doing good by hunting these villains, as heroes weren't in the scene, they were late. That's all for today, folks. I'll be back with more local news after this advertisement. Ida turned the TV off. Hey man. We're watching. Kaminari protested. Watching vigilante doing heroes work is bad for our mindset, Kaminari-kun. Ida spanked the air as if it's a bad girl. Calm down, you're not a robot, Ida. Kirishima added as the chopping boy stopped. What's your opinion about him anyway? Just asking. Shoto, who just got into the conversation, asked. Well, for me, he's kind of doing good, less villains around, less people in danger. Zero butts in, puffing his vape. Zero-kun, stop vaping. Ida reprimands him. Chill man, it's just vape, it's not a cigar, give me a break, I'm stressed. Zero replied while Kirishima looks at him. You're stressed how? His spiky red-haired friend asked. Bakugo man, I can't deal with him anymore, he just became more shitty because he got Midoriya's crush. Zero rolled his eyes, already done with Bakugo's antics. He keeps bragging to me how his Midoriya's crush, like bro, do I look like I give a F if you did? Geez, I'm not even Midoriya and I'm set at him. Zero puffed another breath of his vape. He really needs to stop with his unruly behavior, unbefitting of a hero. He sounds more like a villain these days. Ida shook his head. I can't believe I'm friends with Uraraka. Ida sighed. Hey, if I have Midoriya's quirk and he did that to Jiru, I'm going to prison, just to let you guys know. Kaminari added, also tired of Bakugo's daily bragging. Kaminari, that's not her, never mind, I would too. Ida mid-sentence changed his mind. Why are you even still friends with him, Kirishima? Kaminari asked, a little agitated now. Who said I was? I stopped being friends with him the moment he betrayed the bro code. All the boys nodded. How about you, Todoroki? Todoroki shook his head. No, never been friends with him. Now I hate him more, he's worse than my father and it's saying something. Shoto replied. I hate him too. He gets a girl but is treating Uraraka like a trophy. Mineta, who just arrived, added. Oh hey Mineta bro, yeah I see that too, all the time he's with Uraraka he's treating her like a trophy. All the boys sighed. Meanwhile, guys, the cake is done, let's eat. Sato said from the kitchen. Heck yeah. Eat it all before Bakugo gets here. Kaminari rushed there while laughing. Scene change. Principal's office. UA. Nizu was currently reviewing the news footage, every single second, every single frames of it. He has some itch in his mind the moment he saw this earlier, so he requested a raw footage of it from the news station. Why does this person looks like Midoriya? He shook his head. It's confusing, Midoriya doesn't have that kind of quirk, let alone a 6-foot-tall knight army. This must a relative of him. Then, Nizu's analytical mind went into focus as he made sure to check every single detail. And who's this blonde woman, who accompanied him? White electricity. Then, In his mind a theory formed. It couldn't be the new wielder. The 10th, that all-for-one mentioned in the news 2 days ago. It clicked. Midoriya, you really chose a successor to handle the burden. I hope you played your cards right, Midoriya, Nizu said while smirking at the footage. He didn't understand why Izuku chose a vigilante to be his successor. It's a mere theory, but I'll solidify this until next week. I need solid evidence.